last two problems natin. Okay, last two problems natin. Okay, so last two problems, very comprehensive, problems 3 and 5. So class, ayan, last na to, last two na to. Pag nakasunod kayo dito class, well, kaya-kaya nyo yung estate tax. So lahat na, i-apply na natin dito. Lahat ng knowledge natin sa gross estate, deductions, ano pa, property regimes of the spouses, what else, yung vanishing deduction, sama-sama na yan. Solve tayo ng two comprehensive problems. Okay? So yung requirement dyan class, compute for the estate tax due under CPG, yun yung requirement or question number 1. And then question number 2, compute for the estate tax due under ACP. Okay. Sige. And then may mga given items tayo dyan. The estate of Mr. X, basahin natin, Mr. X, resident citizen, dissident, married, who died on April 1, 2021. So encircle mo na yung April 1, 2021. Tingnan natin, baka magamit natin yung date na yan later on. Okay? So, isin ko lang yung erasure. And then, gawin natin class, para maging organize yung solution natin sa board, no? Para madali nyo makopy, i-format ko na yung computation. So, dito yung CPG. Hiwalay natin, ha? Dito yung CPG. Class, medyo lilitan ko sulat ko kasi marami yan, eh. Okay? Ito yung exclusive. Lagay ko dito exclusive. Okay, exclusive. Ayan. X meaning exclusive. Dito yung conjugal. Again, pag sabi kong conjugal, jointly owned. Okay? Ito yung total. Lagay tayo ng total na column. Alright. And then dito natin lagay yung ACP. ACP. Okay. Sa ACP, ito yung exclusive. Alright. Ito yung community. Ayan, di yata pantay. So, make sure na okay yung solution natin sa board. So, this is exclusive. Okay. This is community. And this is total. So, maglagay tayo ng konting space dito para meron tayong solution dyan. Okay? Sige. Now, sa isa nating class. Hopefully, masundan mo to, ha? The estate of Mr. X, resident, citizen, dissident, married, who died on April 1 are as follows. House and lot serving as family home. Okay. So, we know part of gross estate yan. Tama? Lagay natin dito. Gross estate. Gross estate. So, kasi liit ako isulat ko, no? So, hopefully, mabasa nyo na maayos yan. Let's go to, ayan. And then yung second item, the lot was acquired at a cost of 3 million before marriage, while the house was constructed during marriage at a cost of 10 million from common funds. Okay. So may dalawa tayo. Meron tayong lot, and then meron tayong house. Lagay ko muna dito, lot, and then merong house. Okay. So I think baka hindi magkasya. So bawasan natin pa yung space, no? So lot, and then house. Ayan. So yung lot natin, analyze natin class, ha? 13 million yung total, tama? 3 million sa lot, 10 million dun sa house. Doon muna tayo sa lot, 3 million. The lot was acquired at a cost of 3 million before marriage under conjugal partnership of gains. Okay? Pag before marriage siya, ano yung class? Is it exclusive or conjugal? Okay? Refer muna tayo sa G-sheets natin. Property acquired before marriage, onerous kasi binili yan. Under CPG, exclusive yan. Under ACP, community yan. Okay? So ang gagawin ko dyan class, yung lot natin, dito ko lalagay yan. 3 million. Under CPG, under ACP naman, community. Ayun, major difference sila. Okay, 3 million. Got it? Next, while the house was constructed during marriage at a cost of 10 million from common funds. Okay, pag during marriage, and then common funds, so onerous title yan, ibig sabihin, gumastos sila. Okay, obviously, conjugal for CPG, how much? 10 million. Okay, common funds yung ginamit eh. Pera nila pareho. So, community under ACP. Alright. Next, property acquired during marriage. Okay. Pag property acquired during marriage, punta tayo class sa G-sheets natin. Pag nakalagay, onerous title. Okay. So, conjugal under CPG, community under ACP. So, wala tayong problema dyan. Lagay natin, property acquired during marriage. Lagay ko na lang, during. Okay. That is how much? 5 million. Tama. Lagay ko dito sa conjugal. And then, community, we have 5 million. Okay, so tandaan mo lang class kapag conjugal, jointly owned by Mr. X and Mrs. X. Pag community, jointly owned by Mr. X and Mrs. X. Pag exclusive, separate naman. Okay, kanya-kanya sila. Next, property acquired during marriage in exchange of exclusive property. Okay, nasaan yan? Punta ka dun sa property acquired during marriage, letter C, in exchange of exclusive property. Ano yan? Exclusive under CPG, exclusive under ACP. Okay, so lagay ko dito, property acquired. Okay, lagay ko dito, exclusive na lang. Okay, exclusive. So under CPG, we have 3 million. Under ACP, para yan, 3 million din yan na separate, exclusive. Okay. Next, properties acquired before marriage where Mr. X has a legitimate child from previous marriage. Pag ganyang class, okay, pag previous marriage, ano nakalagay dyan? Exclusive, yun yung letter C, no? Where the spouse is a legitimate descendant from a previous marriage. Exclusive, exclusive. Bakit, sir? Kasi, again, yung legitimate descendant na yan, or yung legitimate child, siya yung compulsory heir, okay? Pag namatay si Mr. X. So in that case, whether CPG and ACP, exclusive yan. So lagay ko dito, property, okay, na previous marriage na lagay ko. Previous marriage, okay. Previous marriage, 2 million under CPG. Under ACP naman, is also 2 million. Okay. Next, jewelry inherited during marriage, then with a fair market value of 1.3 million. Okay. Ano yan? So magpo-fall yan. Well, during marriage, acquired through gratuitous title. Tama? Gratuitous yan kasi na-inherit eh. Walang bayad yan, okay? So, pag dinonate sa'yo or na-inherit mo, tawag doon gratuitous title. So, under CPG, lagay ko dito, jewelry na lang class. Jewelry. Under CPG, lagay natin dito yan sa, kasi inherited during marriage. Ano nakalagay dyan? Gratuitous title during marriage, exclusive. Okay? So, exclusive yan under CPG. Pero under ACP, okay? Ang magpe-prevail dito class, yung last line item. Nakalagay dyan, if jewelry, community under ACP. Always yun. Okay? So, ibig sabihin class, kung exclusive yan, yung jewelry sa CPG, dito sa ACP, lagi siyang community. Okay? 2.5 million. Ayan. Yun pa yung major difference nila. Okay? Next, apartment units in Japan acquired during marriage. Kasal na sila, kinamit nila yung pera nila. Well, obviously, sa kanila pareho yan. Okay? Acquired during marriage, onerous title, conjugal under CPG, community under ACP. So, lagay ko lang dito class, apartment units. Okay, so apartment units, 2.7 million under CPG. Under community naman, it's 2.7 million. Okay. Next, lapit na class. Rental income from the apartment units up to the time of his death. Okay, so 200,000. Since conjugal partnership of gains yan, yung rental income is an example of gain. Fruits yan eh, tama? So, ibig sabihin, lagi siyang conjugal kapag CPG. Alright? So, lagay natin dito, rental income, okay, 200,000. So, dito natin siya lalagay, 200,000. And then, yung apartment units na yan, isa pa, yung apartment units na yan, community yan, tama? So, ibig sabihin, kung ano yung fruits yan, community pa rin. 200,000 for ACP. Next. Okay, casualty losses. So, mamaya yan sa deductions. Claims against insolvent person. So, tanda mo, yung claims against insolvent person, part pa rin yan ng gross estate, okay? Nakalagay dyan common. So, lagay natin dito, class, claims, insolvent, common daw. So, sa kanila pareho yan. 500,000, lagay natin dito. Under conjugal siya. And then, sa community, 500. Yun. So, ayan, let's compute for the total gross estate under CPG and ACP. Yung exclusive muna. So, exclusive, 3 million. Tingnan natin, class, ha? Compute natin, 3 million, plus 3 million, plus 2 million, plus 2.5, you get 10.5 million. Let's go to yung conjugal, 10 million, plus 5, plus 2.7 million, plus 200,000, plus 500,000, you get 18.4 million. 18.4 million. Okay? So, add natin yung dalawa na yan, 10.5 million plus 18.4. Total natin class is 28.9 million. Okay, so let's do the same thing for ACP. Okay, so pantay natin ha. 3 million plus 2 million, obviously this is 5 million, total gross estate. Community property, 3 million plus 10 million. Plus 5 million, plus 2.5 million, plus 2.7 million, plus 200,000, plus 500,000, you get 23.9 million. 23.9 plus 5 million, you have 28.9 million. Okay, gross estate. Let's go to ordinary deductions. Sir, ano nga ba yung ordinary deductions? Yun yung losses, indebtedness, and taxes. Lit. Alright. Class, nakita mo dyan yung casualty loss. Okay, casualty losses incurred on November 1. Common yun nakalagay. Actually, kapag silent class, as to yung deductions natin, no? Pag silent, assume mo na common yan. Okay, conjugal and community yan. So, casualty loss amounting to 200,000. Dito natin siya lagay. Minus 200. And then, minus 200. Okay, next. We have claims against insolvent person. Okay. And then, 100% uncollectible. Okay? So again, lalagay natin sa deductions yung uncollectible. So 100% daw, ibig sabihin 500,000. Claims against insolvent, 500,000. Okay, so lagay natin siya dito, 500. Again, nakalagay common. So obviously, conjugal siya in community. Pero if silent, ilagay mo pa rin under common. Okay? And then, unpaid taxes, nakalagay exclusive. Okay? So, lagay natin taxes. Exclusive, it means dito siya. Minus 100. And then minus 100 under ACP. Alright. Compute natin yung net. Net natin class is 10.5 million minus 100,000. This is 10.4 million. Okay. 18.4 minus 200 minus 500, that is 17.7 million. Okay. 10.4 plus 17.7, tingnan natin class. Actually, add natin yan. 100 plus 200, 300 plus 500, 800,000. So minus 800,000. Okay. 28.9 minus 800, 28.1 million. Okay. Ito naman tayo. 5 million minus 100,000. This is 4.9 million. Okay. 23.9 minus 200 minus 500, 23.2 million. 100 plus 200, 300 plus 5, this is 800,000. 28.9 million minus 800, 28.1 million. Okay, so that is your ordinary deductions. Malapit na. Special deductions naman tayo, class. Special deductions, we have, okay, lagay mo pala special. Special deductions, we have the standard deduction of 5 million. Okay? So class, obviously, yung mga special deductions na yan, lagi mo sa total na lang siya i-deduct. Total na lang, okay? Special deduction natin is standard deduction natin is 5 million. Okay? And then sa ACP, 5 million din yan. Alright. Next is family home. Okay, family home. Plus, how much yung family home natin? Ito. So dito ko mapapaisip yung family home natin. Tama ba class dun sa first line item natin? House and lot serving as family home, 13 million. Okay? Pero take note class, yung house and lot natin, under CPG, ang pinag-uusapan natin dito si Mr. X. Tama ba? Si Mr. X. So it means 3 million yung lot. Okay, 3 million yung lot. Plus, yung house, 10 million pero conjugal. Ibig sabihin, yung kay Mr. X dyan, 10 million over 2, 5 million lang. So lot na 3 million, plus 5 million, merong 8 million. Yung fair market value of the family home. Ano yung limit natin? 10 million. Whichever is lower, therefore, 8 million under CPG. Gets? Okay. 8 million. Ayan. So, compute natin yung net. Okay. 28.1 million minus 5 million minus 8 million. Nakuha ko dito class is 15.1 million. Okay. Dito naman tayo. Family home under ACP. Okay. So, yung lot, tignan natin yung lot. Yung lot is 3 million pero community. So, hati sila. So, 1.5 million yung lot. Yung house naman, hati din sila sa 10 million. So, that's 5 million. Therefore, 6.5 million yung family home. Ang limit natin is 10 million, whichever is lower. Therefore, 6.5 million. Okay? So, take note ha. Magkaiba sila. Magkaiba tayo na compute sa family home. 6.5 under ACP, 8 million under CPG. Kasi, ito siya. Okay? What? Alright. So, yung net nating class, so, meron tayong 28.1 million. Lapit na. Minus 5, minus 6.5, you get 16.6 million. 16.6 million, ito yung net. Class, huwag mo kalimutan, tanggalin yung share of surviving spouse. Share of SS. Share of surviving spouse. Saan ka pupunta? Dito. Sa column na yan. Kasi jointly owned by Mr. X and Mrs. X yan. So, ibig sabihin class, yung 17.7 na yan, kalahati niyan kay Mrs. X. 17.7 divided by 2, 8850,000. 8850,000. Okay? So, 15.1 minus 88, 15.1 minus 8850,000, 6250,000. Ito yung net taxable estate natin. Net taxable estate. Okay. Dito naman sa community, 23.2 divided by 2, yung kay Mrs. X, 11.6 million. 11.6 million. 16.6 minus 11.6, net taxable estate, Mr. X is 5 million. So class, take note. Magkaiba yung na-compute natin na share of surviving spouse. Sa CPG, 850,000. Sa ACP, 11.6 million. Kasi magkaiba yung rules. May mga differences sa rules sa CPG and ACP. Gets? So ulitin ko. Sir, bakit nga ba ulit dinideduct yung share of surviving spouse? Tandaan mo class, kay Mrs. X yan. Okay? Buhay pa si Mrs. X, so bakit mo isa subject to estate tax? Tanggalin mo yan. Got it? Ang pinag-uusapan na natin, lahat ng properties ni Mr. X. Okay? May mga properties na jointly owned ni Mr. X and Mrs. X. Ang tawag natin doon, conjugal or community. Tatanggalin natin yung kay Mrs. X. Yung matitira, yun yung isa subject natin sa estate tax. Okay? Multiply natin by 6%. Yung estate tax due natin dito, 6,250,000 times 0.06, 375,000. Under CPG, final answer natin class, 375,000. Under ACP, 5 million times 6%, final answer, 300,000. Okay? 375, 300,000. So that's for problem number 3. Gets? Okay. Hindi pa tayo tapos. Akalaan nyo, ha? So that's problem number 3. Napansin nyo class, so wala pang vanishing deductions. Okay? Yung vanishing deductions nandito sa problem number 5. Okay? So last problem. Sasamahan natin ng vanishing deductions. Okay? So make sure nakopy nyo yung class. So sige, para malinis pa rin yung solution natin sa board, yun na lang din gamitin natin. So erase ko na yung, okay, yung format same pa rin. Erase ko na yung mga given muna. Okay? I-retain natin yung pwede natin i-retain. Okay, so erase natin yung amounts. Okay. So sa number 5, ayan na, may vanishing deductions na yan. Pag sasama-samahin na natin lahat. Pag naka-follow ka dyan sa number 5, no, easy-easy na sa yung estate tax, no? Kasi if maglabas sa boards ng ganyang kahirap, yan na yung possible na pinakamahirap na ilabas sa boards. Pero I doubt na ganyang kahirap. Okay, so i-measure lang natin yung knowledge natin sa estate tax. Alright? Sige. So, requirements sa ating class for this one. Question 1 is, how much is the estate tax due under CPG? So, ganun pa rin. Question number 2, how much is the estate tax due under ACP? Alright? So, same process. Gagawin natin. Tignan muna natin class per item. Kung anong klase yan. Is it exclusive or jointly owned by the spouses? Okay. Mr. X died on December 1, leaving the following properties. Farmland in Baguio brought to marriage by wife. Okay. Farmland in Baguio brought to marriage by wife. So, lagay natin yan. Gross estate, farmland. Okay. Tingnan natin class, ha. Under CPG, ano yan? Exclusive or conjugal? Who says exclusive? Who says conjugal? Ha? Actually, class, wala yan. Hindi papasok yan sa CPG. Bakit, sir? Nakalagay dyan, brought to marriage by wife. Si Mrs. X yung nagdala niyan sa marriage. Owned ni Mrs. X yan. And if you remember, nakalagay sa G-sheets natin, pag property acquired before marriage, and then if it's onerous, no? Let's say binili ni wife yan, exclusive yan. So, kay wife yan. Hindi yan kay Mr. X. Walang ownership dyan si wife. Exclusive yan ni wife. So, lagay ko dito, under CPG, exclusive by Mrs. X. Okay? Kaya wala siya dyan. Hindi siya pupunta dyan. Got it? But under ACP, absolute community of property, whether before or during marriage, community property yan. Common yan. So, dito siya papasok. 5.4 million. O, yan na. Trick yun, ha? Hindi yan pumasok sa CPG, pero pumasok sa ACP. Income from farmland in Baguio, 500,000. Well, pag income from farmland, pag sinabi mong conjugal partnership of gains, lahat ng income, jointly owned yan by the spouses. 500,000. And dito naman sa ACP, galing siya sa farmland, tama? Yung income, edi community pa rin yan. Next, apartment units in Quezon City acquired during marriage. O, kasal na kayo, bumili kayo ng property. Saan niyo pareho yan? Okay? Acquired during marriage. Lagay ko dito apartment. Under conjugal, lagay natin yung 4 million. And then under ACP, we also have 4 million. Make sense naman, tama? Okay, let's go to rental income from apartment units in Quezon City. Okay, lagay natin rental. Well, under conjugal partnership of gains, lahat ng fruits such as rent, salaries, or whatever, jointly owned yan by the spouses. Okay, dito naman, since galing sa community property, yung income na yan, yung rental income, community rin yung rent. Okay? It's community property. Let's go to the next item, rest house in Tagaytay. Rest house in Tagaytay, acquired before marriage. Okay, before marriage, so ibig sabihin class, pag before marriage yan, under CPG, exclusive yan, tama? So 5 million tayo dito. Under community property, kaya sinabing community property, ibig sabihin class, lahat yan, lahat ng properties before or during the marriage owned by both spouses. 5 million. Okay, next. Income from rest house in Tagaytay, 400,000. So, lagay ko na dito income. Okay, so class, tingnan mo to ha. Yung income na to, di ba, from rest house. Take note na yung rest house na yan, exclusive yan. Pero, yung income from rest house, since conjugal partnership of gains, o lahat ng gains, pareho sa spouses yan. Okay, kaya dito ko lalagay yan. Tama? Under ACP naman, since galing siya sa community pa rin yung income from the rest house. Got it? Next, car inherited by Mr. X during marriage. Okay, car inherited by Mr. X during marriage. So check natin class. Pag during marriage, gratuitous title Okay, exclusive yan. Tama? So lagay natin dito, car na lang, lagay ko ha. Parehong exclusive yan. So let's put here 1,950,000 under CPG, exclusive. Exclusive din yan under ACP, 1,950,000. Okay. Next, jewelry acquired during marriage for exclusive use and using the exclusive money of the wife. Okay. Well, exclusive use, nandun sa last line item natin sa G-Sheets. Okay, property for personal exclusive use, exclusive under CPG, exclusive under ACP, except jewelry for ACP. Okay? Therefore, yung jewelry class under CPG, kay Mrs. X yan. Tama? So, ibig sabihin, parang yung kaninang farmland, exclusive by Mrs. X. Walang share dyan si Mr. X, therefore, hindi yan lalabas under CPG. Got it? Pero under ACP, basta jewelry pinag-uusapan, laging community property yan. Dito siya. Okay? Kahit pa nakalagay dyan, using exclusive money, exclusive use, basta jewelry, community. Tanda mo yun, ha? Next. Okay. House and lot inherited from his father on September 1, 2020. Fair market value when inherited, 3 million, used as family home. Okay? So, 4 million. Tanda, so, check mo yung class, ha? Na-inherit daw from the father on September 1, 2020. Ano ibig sabihin yan? So, na-inherit mo, tapos namatay si Mr. X. Possible na merong vanishing deduction yan. Okay? So, lagay mo dyan, vanishing deduction for house and lot. Kukumpitin natin later. But basically, lalagay natin dito, yung 4 million is na-inherit during marriage. So, gratuitous title. Tama ba, class? Pag during marriage na gratuitous, exclusive yan. Okay? So, lagay natin dito, house and lot. House and lot. Exclusive, 4 million. And then, 4 million din tayo dito sa ACP. Okay, 4 million. Next. Unpaid mortgage on the inherited house and lot. Well, sa deductions natin lalagay yan. Cash received as gift from his mother in 2021. Okay, gift, so donation, no? Or gift, regalo, gratuitous. Exclusive. Okay, so lagay ko dito car. Exclusive na how much? 750,000. And then under ACP is also 750,000. Tama ba, class? Nung na-receive niya yung gift na yan, na subject to donor's tax yan. Tama? Tapos namatay siya, so magiging subject to SA tax. Pwede may vanishing deduction din dyan. Alright? So dalawa yung vanishing deductions natin, yung house and lot inherited, and yung cash received as gift. Later, compute natin. Sige, so let's compute for the total gross estate under CPG muna tayo, class. Exclusive, 5 million plus 1,950,000 plus 4 million plus 750,000, you get 11.7 million. Under conjugal, 5 million or 500,000 plus 4 million plus 80,000 plus 400,000, you get 4,980,000. So yung total niyan, add natin, 4,980 plus 11.7, you get 16,680,000, the total gross estate. Okay, next. Punta naman tayo sa ACP. Okay, yung exclusive muna, 1,950 plus 4 million plus 750, you get 6.7 million, total exclusive. Total community naman, class, 5.4 million plus 500 plus 4 million plus 80,000 plus 5 million plus 400 plus 300, you should get 15,680,000. 15,680,000. Add natin yung dalawa na yung class, plus 6.7 million, you get 22,380,000. So make sure nakuha nyo yung total, 22,380,000. Okay. Done na tayo with gross estate. Doon naman tayo sa ordinary deductions. Lagay ko dito OD, or ordinary deductions. Okay. So we have losses indebtedness taxes. So, meron ba dyan? Yun, yung last item, losses indebtedness taxes. How much yung class? 1.5 million. Nakita mo yan? Okay. So again, yung deductions, pag hindi nakalagay exclusive or common, lagi siya common. Okay? Or dito siya, 1.5 million. And sa conjugal, sa ACP, 1.5 million. Next, ano pa yung ibang deductions natin dito? Meron tayong unpaid mortgage. Tama? Unpaid mortgage. Nasaan yun, sir? Dun sa house and lot. Unpaid mortgage, nakita mo yung 200,000? Yes? Okay, so class yung unpaid mortgage na yan. Tama? So tignan natin, saan ba related yan? Tama ba dito yan? Sa house and lot na yan. Okay? So yung gross estate mo, may 4 million ka dyan. Yung unpaid mortgage mo, dapat dyan din. Okay? Exclusive din dapat yan. Nakuha mo yung class? Okay? Yung 4 million exclusive, dapat yung unpaid mortgage na related dyan, exclusive din. Okay? Hindi naman pwede na sa'yo lang yung house and lot na yan, tapos pareho kayo ng spouse mong babayad. Okay? So, para fair, yung 4 million, kung exclusive yan, yung unpaid mortgage dyan, exclusive din. Okay, and actually, class, under ordinary deductions, nandyan din yung vanishing deductions. Okay, so sige. Ito na yung last na mahirap na computation. Computin natin yung vanishing deductions. Ito. VD. Okay, vanishing deductions, dito natin lagay, class, yung, paano gawin ko dito, para magkasya. So, dito na yung CPG muna. CPG, okay, compute natin yung vanishing deduction. Doon muna tayo sa house and lot. Dalawa yung class, di ba? House and lot and yung car. So, lagyan natin ng line dito para, ayan. House and lot. Ganito gagawin ko dyan, class. So, balik ka dun sa given natin. House and lot inherited from his father on September 1. Fair market value, 3 million. And ngayon, yung fair market value niya is 4 million. So, fair market value at the time of death is 4 million. At the time of inheritance is 3 million. Ano pipili natin? Lower or higher? Siyempre, lower. So, lagay ko dito, fair market value, lower is 3 million. Okay? And then, minus natin yung mortgage payment, yung binayad. Okay? Mortgage payment is, nakalagay dyan, unpaid mortgage, 200,000. Original mortgage, 1.2. So, how much yung binayaran? 1 million. So, 3 million minus 1 million. Ang tawag natin dyan sa difference is the initial basis, 2 million. Okay? And then, mag-minus tayo yung deduction natin. Paano natin computing yung deduction? Well, basically, meron tayong deduction tayo. So, lagyan ko ng asterisk class. Dito ko solve yung deduction. Okay? Dito ko solve yan. Initial basis, ang initial basis natin, 2 million. Over gross estate, ano yung gross estate natin? Ito, 16,680,000. Tama? Di ba ang formula nun, initial basis over gross estate, yung 16,680,000 times yung deductions natin. How much yung deductions natin so far? Meron tayong 1.5 and meron tayong 200,000. So that is 1.7 million. Times 1.7 million, compute natin class. So meron tayong 2 million divided by 16,680,000 times 1.7 million. Makukuha mo dito class is 203,837. 203,837. Dito siya. Okay, 203,837. Minus natin yan, makukuha mo yung final basis. 2 million minus 203,837, 1,796. 163. Okay, 163. Multiply natin sa corresponding percentage. Sir, kailan ba na-inherit yan? September 1, 2020. And today is December 1, 2021. Namatay si Mr. X, December 1, 2021. So 2020, 2021, September, December, so between 1 to 2 years. Tama ba yan? So between 1 to 2 years, sa table natin, nakalagay dyan, 1 to 2 years, 80%. Nakita mo yung 80%? So multiply natin by 80%. Therefore, yung vanishing deduction for the house and lot times 0.8 is 1,436. 1,436,930. Tama? 930. Okay. Yan yung vanishing deduction for the house and lot. Under CPG. Compute natin under ACP. Tingnan natin kung may difference, ha? So, ACP, tingnan natin. Fair market value, whichever is lower, syempre, yun pa rin yan. 3 million pa rin yan. Mortgage payment, 1 million pa rin. Initial basis, 2 million. So, as of now, same pa rin. Okay? 2 million. Dito magkakaiba yan. Kasi 2 million over gross estate, yung gross estate ng ACP is different. 22,380,000 yan. Tama? 22,380,000. Multiply natin by deductions. 1.5 plus 200, 1.7 million yan. So basically, ang difference ito. Okay? Pero same lang. 2 millions, 1.7. 2 million, 1.7. So makukuha natin dyan class is 2 million divided by 22,380,000 times 1.7 million. You get 151,921. Okay, so 151,921. So lagay ko dito, 151,921. Okay, minus 2 million. Final basis natin is 1,848,075. 79. 079. Okay, multiply natin by 80% times 0.8. You get here 1,478,463. Okay, that's your vanishing deduction for the house and lot. Last, vanishing deduction for the car. Ayan, last na. Tingnan natin class yung car. Car received as gift from his mother in 2021. So current year din, same year. 750. Walang nakalagay na unpaid mortgage. So mas madali. Okay? So ibig sabihin class, yung fair market value natin is 750,000. So lagay lang natin dito, 750. And then wala kang unpaid mortgage. So yan na yung initial basis mo. Okay? This is your initial basis. And then, compute natin yung deduction. Initial basis minus the deduction. Walang mortgage. So, mas madali. So, ang gagawin ko dyan, class, 750. Okay, dito ko lalagay, 750 over total gross estate, 750,000 divided by 16,680 times 1.7 million. Ganun pa rin. Okay? Kung ano yung computation ko dito, papalitan ko lang yung 2 million. 2 million kasi yung initial basis mo for house and lot. Okay? Yung initial basis natin for car is 750. So, 750 divided by 16,680 times 1.7 million, compute natin. Siyempre, same lang naman yung gross estate mo in deductions. Mag-iiba ka lang sa numerator. Okay? 750,000 divided by 16,680 multiply by 1.7 million, 76,439. Deduction natin is 76,439. So, yung final basis natin is minus 750,000, 673, 561. Okay? Multiply natin by the corresponding percentage since nangyari din to this year. So 100% yan. Times 100%. Okay? Vanishing deduction natin is 673,561. Okay? This is our VD under CPG. Under ACP naman, well, same lang yan, 750,000. Yung deduction natin yung mag-iiba. Kasi instead of 16,680, 22,380 gagawin natin. So ang gagawin ko dyan class, 750,000 over, ibahin ko lang yung denominator natin. Okay? Gagawin kong 22,380,000. Alright, so 750 divided by 22,380,000. Ulit, 750 divided by 22,380,000 times 1.7 million. I got here 56,971. 56,971. Final basis natin, minus 750. You get 693,029. 693,029 times 100% kasi current year din nangyari yan. So, final answer, 693,029. Okay. Now, di ba kailangan natin ilagay dito yung vanishing deduction, tama? Add natin. So, yung total for CPG, add natin 1,436,930 plus 673,961. So, add natin. 1,436,930 plus 673,561. You should get 2,110,491. 2,110,491. Inad ko lang under CPG. Under ACP, 1,478,463 plus 693,029. 1,478,463 plus 693,029. You get 2,171,492. 2,171,492. Okay. So, lagyan na natin yan sa computation natin, class. Vanishing deduction para dun sa house and lot. Since exclusive yung house and lot na yan, dapat yung corresponding vanishing deduction yan, exclusive din. So, 2,110,491, lagay natin dito. And then, under ACP, 2,171,492. 2,171,492. Okay, malapit na class. So, erase ko na to. Ayan, let's see. Compute natin yung net. Okay, so lilitan ko sulat ko, parang hindi kakasya yata. Okay, so let's compute the net. After deducting yung ordinary deductions natin, 11.7 million minus 200 minus 2,110,491, you should get 9,389,509. Ayan. 4,980,000 minus 1.5 million, you get 3,480,000. Tapos class, add natin yung tatlo na yan. Ito. Ayan. So 200,000 plus 2,110,491 plus 1.5 million, lagay natin dito. 3,810,491. 3,810,491 sa total. So minus natin yan. Minus 16,680,000. 12,869,509. Okay. Next natin is under ACP. Okay, dun tayo sa exclusive, 6.7 million minus 200 minus 2,171,492. 4,328,508. Yes, 4,328,508. Under community, ito 508. 15,680,000 minus 1.5 million, 14,180,000. 14,180,000. So, pag in-add mo yung tatlo na yan, 1.5 plus 200 plus 2,171. So, add natin. 1.5 plus 200 plus 2,171,492. You get 3,871,492. 3,871,492. Okay. So, minus 22,380,000. 18,508,508. 18,508,508. Okay, malapit na. Malapit na. 18,508,508. Ayan, para malinaw. Okay, next. Special deductions. Meron tayong standard deduction na 5 million. Okay, so dito yung class. Basta special deductions, sa total ka na magdideduct ha. 5 million and then 5 million. Next natin is family home. Nasaan ba yung family home natin? FH or family home? Nasaan yun? Family home natin. Nandun sa house and lot inherited. Nakita mo yun? From his father, used as family home, 4 million. Nasaan yun? So, si Mr. X pinag-uusapan natin, exclusive, 4 million. Ang limit natin is 10. 4 million tayo dyan. 4 million is exclusive. Di mo na kailangan i-divided by 2. Limit natin is 10 million. Whichever is lower. So, we have 4 million. Okay? Alright, so, i-minus na rin natin yung share of surviving spouse. Okay, so wala tayong dito yan, SS. Actually, kasi yung share of surviving spouse, hindi siya deductions, no? Wala siya sa special deduction. Separate yan. Separate na item yan. Okay, so yung 3,480, hindi yan lahat kay Mr. X. 3,480 divided by 2, tanggalin natin yung kay Mrs. X na 1,740,000. Alright? Yung 14,180, hindi yan lahat kay Mr. X. 14,180 divide natin sa 2, 7,090,000. 7,090,000. Okay, compute natin class yung net taxable estate, NTE. Okay, 12,869 509 minus 5 million minus 4 million minus 1740. You should get 2129. 509. Okay, 2129. 509. Multiply natin by 6%. Estate tax due natin class times 0.06 is 127,771. So final answer under CPG 127,771. Okay? Under ACP, let's compute 18,508,508 minus yung 5 million na standard deduction minus family home na 4 million minus 7,090,090 the share of surviving spouse 2418,508. 2418,508. Multiply natin by 6%. Our estate tax due is 145,110. 145,110. Final answers. Under CPG, 127,771. Under ACP, 145,110. Okay, so class, if naka-follow ka dito sa problem 5 na yan, okay na sa estate tax. I promise you that. Okay? Lahat ng concepts nandito na. Alright. So, let's finish our handouts by answering theory questions. So, mabilis na lang sa theory. Okay, bilisan ko lang ang discussion dito. Theory number 1, it is a mode of acquisition by virtue of which the property rights and obligations to the extent of the value of the inheritance of a person are transmitted through his death to another. Ang tawag natin dyan, succession, letter A. Theory number 1, succession, letter A. Number 2, succession which results from the designation of an heir made in a will executed in the form prescribed by law, testamentary succession. Okay? Pag walang last will and testament, ang tawag doon, intestate succession. Pag meron, testamentary. An act whereby a person is permitted with the formalities prescribed by law to control to a certain degree the disposition of his estate, ang tawag natin doon is will or last will and testament, letter C. Okay. Number 4, it is a will which must be entirely written, dated, and signed by the hand of the testator himself. It is subject to no other form, and it may be made in or out of the Philippines. Tapos ang tawag natin dyan, so ito yung mga terms na lang, no? Mga technical terms, holographic will. Okay? Holographic will yan, letter C. Now, yung ordinary will and notarial will, magkamukha lang yung class. Same lang ibig sabihin yan, okay? So, ang ibig sabihin yung class, kapag ordinary will or notarial will, in-execute siya in accordance with the formalities prescribed by law. Alright? Pwedeng, actually dyan, ang difference lang, main difference is, pag holographic will, dapat ang nag-date niyan and nagpumirma niyan si testator, okay? Or sa example natin si Mr. X, okay? Pag naman class ordinary or notarial will, pwedeng si testator, si Mr. X, or ibang tao yung sumulat, okay? Pero syempre, pirmahan niya ni Mr. X ng decedent. Okay, yun yung difference nila. So letter C for number 4, yung codicil naman class, yung letter D, para siyang addendum. Okay, for example, gumawa ng last will and testament si Mr. X. Tapos 3 months after, nagbago isip niya. Okay, may dinagdag siya or whatever. Codicil yung tawag doon. Supplements or addition to the will. Okay? For number 4 is letter C. Number 5, the person whose property is transmitted through succession, decedent, letter D for number 5. The person called to the succession either by the provision of law or operation of law, heir, letter A. Ang ibang tawag mo sa heir is successor. Tama? 7, an heir to a particular personal property. So, class FYI na lang to. No? Kapag heir ka, ang na-inherit mo is personal property, yung term na ginagamit doon is legatee. Letter D, legatee. Pag number 8 naman tayo, so 7 is dog. Number 8, pag naman na-receive mo class is real property, ang ibang tawag, ang tawag naman sa'yo is devicee. Okay? Ulit, pag personal property, legatee. Pag real property, devicee. So, FYI na lang yan. No? Number 9, part of the testator's property which he cannot dispose of because the law has reserved it for certain heirs or compulsory heirs, ang tawag doon, legitim. Okay, legitim. No matter what happens, whether merong last will or testament or wala, lagi may legitim. Pupunta yun sa mga compulsory heirs. Okay, yung free portion, meron lang yan kapag meron kang last will and testament. Number 10, which statement is false about succession? In succession, fruits and credits maturing after death of the decedent pass to the heirs, even if they were not subjected to estate tax. False. Bayaran mo muna yung estate tax. Okay? Dapat bayad yan. Boy, the successor can be made liable for the obligations of the decedent beyond the value. False yan. Of the asset. Again, yung liabilities, hindi na-inherit ni heirs yan. Okay? Magbabayad dyan yung estate mismo. Up to the value of the estate lang. Yung excess, pag kulang pa, hindi yun magiging personal liability of the heirs. Okay? So, boy for number 10. Okay. C, in succession, the successor can refuse the inheritance. Actually, correct yun. Pwede yun. Dog, the successor inherits all the transmissible property of a decedent, including his liabilities. Actually, true din yan. Okay? Including his liabilities, ang ibig sabihin lang dito, class, for example, yung land, may mortgage. Kasama yun sa mata-transfer na estate, tama? Pero ang magbabayad talaga nun is si estate, hindi si heirs. Okay? So, letter B. Okay? Actually, pwede mo rin sabihin false yung dog kasi the successor inherits all the transmissible property of a decedent, including his liabilities. Para maging correcto talaga, up to the extent of the estate lang. Parang ganun. Okay? Pero, ayan. So, tanggapin natin yung B and D. Okay? Boy and dog. Pero nasa answer key ko dito is boy. Okay? Number 11, the estate should be valued at the time of the death of the decedent, letter D or dog. So class, punta ka dun sa G-sheets natin, yung last portion. Valuation methods, nakalagay dyan at the time of death. Okay? Kung sa donor's tax, at the time of donation, sa estate tax, at the time of death naman yung valuation. Pag real property, higher between market value and zonal value. Siyempre, mas gusto ni BIR, mas mataas yung gross estate mo. Personal properties, fair market value. Shares of stock, if traded, average of high and low. If not traded, book value method. Okay? Parang ginawa natin dun sa donor's tax. Alright? So, ayan siya. So, number 11 is dog. Number 12, Statement 1, the estate tax accrues upon the death of the decedent owner of the property is true. Statement 2, the estate tax should be paid by the executor, administrator, or the heir before title to any registrable property may be registered. Bayaran mo muna yung estate tax before may transfer yung properties, yung title sa heirs. Okay? Sino yung taxpayer? Si estate. In behalf of the estate, sino mong babayad? Si executor, administrator, or the heirs. True for statement 2. Statement 3, the heirs or successors have the personal liability to pay the estate tax. Okay? So actually class, yung 3 na yan, pwede mo sabihin false. Kasi ang may liability talaga dyan is the estate. Okay? Pero in behalf of the estate, ang magbabayad dyan is the executor administrator. Actually, ang nagpamali sa statement 3 ganito yan. Nakalagay, the heirs or successors have the personal liability. Mali yan. Ang dapat dyan, the executor or administrator have the personal liability. Okay? Ulitin ko, the executors or administrators have the personal liability to pay the estate tax. Pag wala lang sila, tsaka lang yung heirs yung magiging personally liable dyan. Okay? Pero take note, ang taxpayer dito si estate. Okay? Pero syempre si estate, properties, rights, and obligations yan eh. Tama? In behalf of the estate, ang magbabayad si executor or administrator. Pag wala sila, tsaka lang yung heirs. Kaya yung statement 3 is false. Executors or administrators muna. Number 13, the personal properties of a non-resident non-citizen. Ano ibig sabihin nun? Ibig sabihin, non-resident alien would not be included if, so pag NRA, dapat within lang, okay? Intangible property, yes. Shares of stock, 90% yes. 85% yung threshold natin. Intangible property in the Philippines and the reciprocity clause. Pag may reciprocity clause, excluded yan, okay? C yung sagot natin. Intangible property, yes. C for number 13. One of the following is not an exemption, okay? From gross estate. Properties outside the Philippines for non-resident Japanese descent or NRA, yes, kapag outside the Philippines, exempted yan or excluded. Shares of stock of Ayala land of a non-resident Australian. So class, basta shares of stock of a domestic corporation, laging within the Philippines yan. So boy yung sagot natin for number 14. Capital or exclusive property of the surviving spouse. Excluded yan, kaya natin tinatanggal. Okay? Yung share of surviving spouse. Or actually, kahit yung exclusive property niya, hindi natin sinasama sa computation. Okay? The owner of use of rock in the merger of use of rock in the owner of naked title. Okay, so yan din, it's exempt from, di ba excluded yan, meron tayong 4 na exclusions, di ba, isa-isa natin. Yung merger of use of rock in the owner of naked title, excluded din yan from estate. Okay, so number 14 is boy. Number 15, which of the following is correct? The personal property of NRA without reciprocity is not included. False. Okay? Incorrect yan. Dapat included. Okay? Without reciprocity. Boy, the gross estate of American descendant who was a resident of the Philippines, or that's a resident alien, okay, includes all properties in the Philippines only. Pag resident alien, within and without. So false yan. C, the gross estate of a Filipino descendant who was residing in Australia, so non-resident citizen, would include all properties regardless of location. Yes. Basta resident or citizen, within and without. So C for number 15. Tingnan natin yung dog. The gross estate of resident citizen would not include all properties. So would include dapat. Okay, let's go to number 16. In computing the gross estate, A, if he was a non-resident but citizen, so NRC, tangible and intangible, regardless of location, shall be included. Yes. Boy, if he was a resident who was not a citizen, so resident alien, tangible and intangible, regardless of location, shall be included. Yes, for resident alien, within and without. He was a non-resident who was not a citizen or non-resident alien, tangible and intangible, located in the Philippines, shall be included. Yes, all of the above. Dog for number 16. Number 17, which of the following statements is incorrect? In a revocable transfer, the decedent during his lifetime may revoke, alter, or amend. Yes, correct yun. A revocable transfer is always includable in the gross estate. Yes, kasi pag revocable, pwede mong bawiin anytime. So, sa'yo pa rin yung property. C, a revocable transfer shall be included even though the power to revoke was not exercised. Yes, until mag-lapse. Pag nag-lapse na, ayun, saka palang magiging excluded from the gross estate. Okay? Letter D, the power of the decedent transfer to revoke terms may be exercised just once. Only, depende yan sa agreement. Okay? So, tingnan natin klasa. So, dog for number 17. Transfer shall be included even though the power to revoke was not exercised. Okay. So, class, take note dun sa letter C. Pag nag-lapse na, okay, yung revocable period or revocability period, dun pala magiging excluded yan. Okay? So, ayan. So 17 dog. 18, statement 1, a special power of appointment authorizes the donee of the power to appoint only from among a designated class other than himself. True. Okay? So may designation kung kayo lang siya pwedeng i-transfer. Statement 2, so true yung first statement 1. Statement 2, the donee decedent of a special power appointment only holds the property in trust. Yes. The property shall form part of the gross estate. Hindi. Pag SPA, hindi yan part of the gross estate. So false. Statement 3, the appointed property passing under the GPA, general power appointment, is not includable. False. Pag GPA, part of the gross estate. So true, false, false. A yung sagot natin. Only one of the above statement is true. Okay. 19, statement 1, the power of attorney is general when the power of appointment authorizes the donee the power to appoint only from a restricted. Hindi, special yan. Okay, false. Special power of attorney or appointment exists when the power of appointment authorizes the donee the power to appoint any person. General yan. Okay. Baliktad. False, false, dog yung sagot. Both statements are incorrect. Statement 1, Mr. X devised in his will real property to his brother X, who is entrusted with the obligation to preserve and transmit the property to B when B becomes of age. The transmission is subject false. Exempt yan. Bakit, sir? Yan yung fiduciary heir to the fidei commissary. Yan yun. So, excluded from gross estate yan. False. Statement 2, Mr. X died leaving a farmland. In his will, he transferred the ownership to A, but subject to the condition that B will have the right to use. So si A, meron siyang naked title. Pag sinabi mong naked title, sa'yo yung owner, sa'yo yung legal title, pero wala kang right sa fruits. Okay? Si B naman, right to use, so meron siyang usufruct siya. Meron siyang usufruct yung tawag sa kanya. Meron siyang right of usufructuary. Okay? For a period of 10 years. In the 7th year, B died, and in B's will, he surrendered his right over the land to A. Nagkaroon ng absolute ownership si A. The transaction is a tax-exempt transfer, yes. Pag merger of usufruct, okay, sa owner of the naked title, exempt yan. So, true for statement 2. Statement 3, Mr. X devised his will in a piece of land, naked title to A and usufruct to B for as long as B lives, thereafter to A. The transmission from A to B is subject to estate tax, but the merger of the usufruct upon death is exempt. Yes. Okay? So, yung first transfer, subject to estate tax yun. Pero yung nag-merge na, yung usufruct and naked title, exempt na yun. So, true for statement 3. Statement 4, Mr. D with a stage 3 cancer made a last will and testament disposing of properties mentioned in the last will and testament. On the same day, he made gifts inter vivos to his children. A few days later, he died. The donated properties are to be excluded. False. Included yan. Ano yan, sir? Transfer in contemplation of death. False, true, true, false. Boy, yung sagot natin. Two of the above statements are true. 21. A died giving B power to appoint a person who will inherit A's house and lot. B, however, can only choose among C, D, E, F. So, special power appointment. B decided to transfer the property. The transfer from B to C is subject to estate tax. So, pag special power of appointment, hindi yan subject to estate tax. So, false. Okay. Statement 2, during A's lifetime, he decided to give B a gift his car, subject to the condition that if B does not become a CPA within 3 years, A shall revoke the transfer. In the 2nd year, however, A died. The car can no longer form part of A's gross estate. False. Revocable. Tama? Revocable, part pa rin ng gross estate. False and false, dog yung sagot natin. 22, which of the following is not included in the gross estate? Transfer in contemplation of debt, not included. Transfer in contemplation of debt, included pala, sorry. Revocable transfer, where the power of revocation was not exercised. Okay, so that's included. Teka, so, meron yatang conflicting dito. No? So, tingnan natin yung number 17. Compare natin yung 17 and 22. Okay? 17, which of the following is incorrect? Yung letter C, a revocable transfer shall be included even though the power was not exercised. Okay? Hindi na in-exercised. Number 22 is not included daw. So, revocable transfer where the power was not exercised. Okay? So, this one is included. No? Kasi revocable transfer, consistent ba yung sagot natin? Sa number 17, okay? Revocable transfer daw, included pag hindi na-exercise. O yan, tama. So, consistent naman pala yung sagot natin. No? So, number 17 is dog pa rin tayo. So, 22 yung boy, pag revocable transfer siya, and then hindi in-exercise, since revocable pa rin siya. Okay? Included siya sa gross estate. Parang baliktad yata. Teka lang ha. Okay. So 17, which of the following is incorrect? Letter C, a revocable transfer shall be included even though the power to revoke was not exercised. So no matter what daw, included yung revocable transfer. Dito sa 22, included siya. Okay? Revocable transfer where the power was not exercised. Okay? Power of revocation was not exercised. Okay. Which of the following is, analyze ko muna class sandali para accurate yung turo ko sa inyo. Which of the following is not included in the gross estate? Sagot kasi sa 22 is dog. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, included yung D. Revocable transfer where the power of revocation was not exercised. Okay. So, dapat class explicit sa problem na sabihin na nag-lapse na yung exercise period. Okay? So, as long as hindi pa, included pa rin siya sa gross estate. Gets? Okay. So, for 22, yung boy is included. Letter C, proceeds of life insurance where the beneficiary is designated as is the executor and designation is irrevocable. Actually, basta si executor yung beneficiary, whether revocable or irrevocable, included yan. Okay? Yung dog yung excluded. Proceeds of life insurance where the irrevocable designated beneficiary is the father. Kasi, father, ibig sabihin, other persons, no? Third party. Pag irrevocable, si father na yung may right sa proceeds of life insurance. So, excluded na yan from gross estate. Dog for number 22. 23. Proceeds of life insurance where the beneficiary of the decedent is not his estate or executor is letter C. Not part of gross estate if the beneficiary is irrevocable. Okay? Pag revocable, part siya of the gross estate. Okay? Pero take note class yung A and B, part of gross income tiyata ng income tax. Whether, tingnan natin part of gross income if the beneficiary is revocable, yung boy naman, part of gross income regardless whether the beneficiary is revocable or irrevocable. Okay? So, pag income tax, ang pinag-uusapan natin, yung proceeds of life insurance, compensatory yan. So, never siya mag-form part of your gross income. Okay? That's why, so hindi mag-matter yung revocability dito. Okay? So, that's why mali yung A and B. Number 24, unpaid mortgage indebtedness is deductible from the gross estate, provided the property subject to indebtedness is included in the gross estate, net of mortgage indebtedness. Yun yung pamali doon. Hindi siya net of mortgage indebtedness. Yung isama mo sa gross estate is 100%. So, false na statement 1. Statement 2, a donation inter vivos by the decedent to the Philippine government few months before the death is deduction from the gross estate. Okay? Is a deduction from the gross estate. So, a donation inter vivos by the decedent to the Philippine government few months before the death, hindi. Is a deduction from the gross estate. Actually, hindi siya mag-qualify as transfer for public use. Para mag-qualify siya as transfer for public use, ilalagay niya sa last will and testament niya. O, pag namatay ako, yung property na to mapupunta sa Philippine government. Anong nangyari dito? Donation Donation inter vivos. Okay? So, hindi siya magiging deductible. Okay? Dog, false and false. Malapit na class. Hanggang 36 na tayo. 25. The following statements are correct regarding standard deduction. A deduction in the amount of 5 million shall be allowed as an additional deduction. True. Okay? B, the full amount of 5 million shall be allowed as a deduction for the benefit of the decedent. Yes. Standard deduction is not allowed to decedents who are NRA. Lagay mo dyan, class, kapag NRA, okay, yung standard deduction natin is 500,000. So, remember that. Okay? Pag resident ka or citizen ka, okay, 5 million. Pag NRA ka, mas mababa. Okay? 10% lang, 500,000. So, letter C yung mali dyan. Pwede pa rin, pero 500,000. Number 26, which of the following is deductible? Income tax paid on income received after death, dapat prior. Okay? False. B, unpaid property taxes accrued in the year of death. Yun, pwede yun. Donor's tax accrued after, mali yan. Estate tax paid to a foreign country, no? Pag credits, hindi. Boy yung sagot natin for 26. 27, the underlying reason for a vanishing deduction is to offer a relief from heavy burden of taxation if the same property is subjected to 2 estate taxes within a short period of time. True. Statement 2, in order that there can be vanishing deduction, the estate tax on prior succession must have been previously finally determined and paid. True. Okay? Dapat bayad muna yung estate tax. Pero pag may vanishing deduction sa prior decedent, hindi ka pwede mag-claim ng vanishing deduction. For 27, it's letter A. 28, a resident and citizen of the Philippines died on May 10, 2021. Among his gross estate or properties inherited from his deceased father who died on April 4, 2018. Anong percentage yung gagamitin natin? 2018, 19, 20, 21, tapos May, tama? So between 3 to 4 years. Between 3 to 4 years, okay, sa G-sheets natin, it's 40%. Okay? So dog yung sagot natin, 40% of the value as basis for vanishing deduction. Number 29, the following are requisites for vanishing deductions except one. A, the estate tax of the prior succession must have been finally determined and paid. Yes. Boy, the present decedent died within 5 years. Yes. The property with respect to which deduction sought can be identified. Dog, the property must have formed part of the gross estate situated in the Philippines of the prior decedent. Actually, kasi yung dog na yan, hindi na yan kasama sa requisites, no? So, actually, I think after nung train law, okay? Effectivity ng train law, yung dog, hindi na explicit na nire-require yan. Okay? Dog. Sige, so dog for number 29. Let's go to number 30. Okay, number 30. Statement 1, if the property is inherited before marriage, it will belong to both spouses. While if it's inherited during marriage, it is exclusive. Hindi. Kapag before marriage, okay, if it's CPG, exclusive yan pag dinala mo sa marriage. Pag ACP, tama yung statement 1, no? Pag ACP kasi, before and during, lahat yan, community, okay? Pag CPG, yung before marriage, magiging exclusive yun. So, false yung statement 1. Statement 1 only applies to ACP. Statement 2, unless stipulated, the property relation shall be governed by conjugal partnership of gains from marriage celebrated on or before August 3. Hindi. Before August 3. Tanda mo, yung effectivity is August 3 of the family code. So, August 3, so on and after August 3, on or after, ACP yun. Okay? Before CPG. So, nagpamali dyan yung on. Okay? Dapat before lang. Okay? So, false and false. 31. Unless stipulated, the property relation shall be governed by ACP celebrated on or before. Or mali, on or after. Okay? False. Statement 2. Under the regime of ACP, property for personal exclusive use except jewelry shall belong to the spouses. False. Ang rule natin dyan, yung personal exclusive use, exclusive yun. Okay? And then, yung jewelry, laging community. Okay? So, false yan. So, under the regime of absolute community property, property for personal exclusive use of either spouses, except jewelry, shall belong to both spouses. False. Ulitin ko ha. Yung personal exclusive use, ang general rule, exclusive. Okay? Yung jewelry, yun, laging community yan. So, false yung statement 2. One of the following is a conjugal property. A, that which is brought to the marriage as is... So, ang term na ginamit is conjugal. So, ibig sabihin, CPG, pinag-uusapan natin. That which is brought to the marriage as his or own, hindi, exclusive yan. That which each acquires during the marriage by inheritance, false. Pag gratuitous title, exclusive. The fruits of an exclusive property, yes. Okay, pag conjugal partnership of gains, yung fruits, whether galing siya sa conjugal or exclusive property, lagi siyang conjugal kasi partnership of gains nga. C yung sagot dyan. That which is purchased with the exclusive property of wife. O, sa wife yun. Okay, so hindi siya conjugal. And then, lapit na. 33. Okay, 33. One of the following is not a community property. A, property inherited by the husband before marriage. Pag before, community property yan. Actually, before and during. Winnings in gambling, yes. Fruits or property inherited during the marriage. Okay, fruits of property inherited during the marriage. So, tingnan natin class yan. So, fruits during the marriage. So, nakalagay dito. During marriage, fruits from community property. Ayun, exclusive daw. Nakalagay, exclusive. Naka-highlight dyan, exclusive. So, false yung letter C. Fruits of property inherited before marriage. Kapag before marriage, ayun. Yun yung community property. Alright? Sige. Let's go to... Ayan, let's go to... Okay, tingnan ko. Pag before marriage, yes, tama. Pag during marriage, nakalagay dito sa atin, fruits of income during marriage. Okay, pag community property, analyze natin class yung 33, one of the following is not a community property. Okay, alin daw dito yung exclusive basically. So, pag yung fruits of property inherited during marriage, okay, fruits inherited during marriage, okay, okay, so masusunod dyan class yung designation, masusunod dyan yung classification of the property. So, since na-inherit yung property during marriage, gratuitous title, exclusive yun. Yung fruits nun, exclusive din dapat. Okay? Gets? Okay. Ayan. While yung letter D naman, since before marriage siya, lahat ng dali mong property sa marriage, community. Therefore, yung fruits nun, community. Okay? So, that's why yung dog is community. C yung sagot natin for 33. Personal property for personal and exclusive use shall be classified as, tingin ka dun sa G-sheets natin, yung last item, property for personal exclusive use under CPG exclusive, under ACP exclusive. Okay? So, answer natin dito class is letter boy, exclusive and exclusive. Tama ba? So, personal property for personal and exclusive use of either spouse. Okay? Sa CPG or ACP, so boy yung sagot natin. Tama? Exclusive, exclusive. Except pag jewelry. Pag jewelry under ACP, laging community. Okay? So, take note of that. And then, let's go to number 35. Under the absolute community of property, jewelry for personal use, ayan, shall belong to husband and wife. Community lagi yan. Letter C. Number 36, last one. This is not part of the conjugal property. A, those acquired by onerous title during the marriage at the expense of the common fund. Okay, so pag common fund, ginamit nyo pambili, sa inyo rin yung property na yun. So A is correct. B, those acquired by industry or work of either of them. Yes, partnership of gains. So part of a conjugal property yan. C, fruits, rents, interest, whether from conjugal or exclusive, lagi siyang conjugal. Okay, kaya partnership of gains. Letter D, those acquired during marriage by gratuitous title. Pag gratuitous title, during marriage, whether ACP or CPG, laging exclusive yan. So, sagot natin sa number 36 is dog. Exclusive yung dog. Okay? So, that's the last item for estate tax. So, class, again, yun yung pinaka-comprehensive na discussion natin ever. No? And a good thing dito, if naka-follow ka sa discussion natin for estate tax, I am very confident na kayang-kaya mo ipasa yung taxation in the board exam. Okay? Dismissed.